Good morning, folks. Here lately, been busy trying to get caught up on some leather work. I'm way behind on that, and I haven't been doing anything of interest really, so I haven't had any new videos. Today I'm going to try this thing out. I haven't really been playing with it very much either. I made this little two-wheel cart to stand on. I need to do better foot pegs. That one's not much. But I got about a quarter mile of bare ground here, which this thing can roll over, no problem at all, but it'll probably grind a hole in the bottom of my sled. So I want to be able to take that off and then put the sled on it when I hit the snow. A couple of things I've done is I added a couple of bags here. That big one's on there with just some clips. I added a brake, which I think was needed after my cliff diving experience. And I went to a bigger sprocket here. That one is a 21 tooth sprocket, where the other one was just a 12. So that'll change my gearing. From what I've been told by that Track Sleds of the North, or Track Sled Builds of the North Facebook group, that should drop my gearing down where I have more power and a little less speed, which is okay. It was going almost a little too quick after that new throttle cable. Anyway, I haven't tried this thing. I did burn one belt, and that was part of the reason why I changed the gearing too. I don't understand the gearing at all, but there is a link I'll put on here to a gearing calculator for these, and if anybody's interested in trying to build one of these or have a similar problem, it'll tell you kind of what size sprockets that do what. So anyway, I'm going to, and then I added a rifle case here. That was before my cliff diving. I had that on there that day. And I also put a little camera mount on here. I have a feeling it's going to be too bouncy and not be able to really see anything, but we'll find out here real soon. So my plan is I'm going to run up the road here and see if I can get up the timber, how long it takes me to do it, and come on back home and do some more leather work. So anyway, here we go. Well, so far so good, and my little sled dog, she's getting used to this idea. Jumped in on her own this time. If I can just keep from going off these cliffs, I'll be doing all right. Tell you what, this ain't easy. Somebody has been up here with one of those side-by-sides with tracks, like what Jeff has. Might have even been Jeff, but the snow is deep enough and it's hard enough. It's hard to really, kind of hard to see in here, but it's rutted up enough that, man, it's hard to keep this thing upright. It wants to dive off in between into those ruts if I try to stay in between them. And a lot of these ruts are sloped like that, where Lilly is, and it wants to make it tip over. So, tell you what, this is hard. Thing's moving up the hill okay. It's not the fastest in the world, but it's working. But boy, I'll tell you, need to find a road nobody's really been on. Well, this stretch here was terribly chewed up. Really almost impossible to hold it upright. I ended up taking the sled off and then walking behind it past the rough part. And at least this next stretch, as far as I can see, it looks pretty good. So maybe I can get someplace in after all. But well, I'll tell you what, ruts are not a good thing with this. The track four-wheeler tracks are narrower than this is, and boy, it just wants to bounce back and forth to one side to the other and then tip over. So a lot of doggone effort to not get real far, really. I'm only up here, I don't know, 4 miles, 5 miles. Oh, anyway, this next stretch looks okay. We'll find out here soon. Get on, Lily. Good girl. Way too bouncy. Really, really hard to film with just one hand, so it does go a little faster than this. Well, if speed is what you're after, this ain't for you. On this flatter ground, it's a lot easier, but boy, it doesn't take much of a rut to really make it tippy. I think part of the problem is I need more wheels under there toward the outside edge. I got the ones here in the back, but most of my wheels are in the center to try to keep the track on straight. And I think that's flexing a little too much. I think that would really help. I'm up here quite a ways. We got to go to lunch with a friend today at 1 o'clock, and I suppose I better turn back home. I don't know how long it's going to take me with that rutted up road. But anyway, I think this thing's going to work. It's going to be kind of limited as far as where you can go. If the ground is really tore up, it's almost impossible. But some of these roads that aren't very well traveled, and once I get a trail kind of packed down, I got to check traps every 72 hours or sooner. So once I get a trail packed down, I think it'll be all right. Well, we made it back home. It's kind of a full body workout though. I'm going to be kind of sore tomorrow. Kind of messed up with this little trailer I made. That worked out really well just standing on the crossbar, the axle part of it. I didn't think about it until later. I should have made it long or wide enough that I could just throw the sled in between it. So I guess I can cut that axle and extend it. I'll have to do that, and that would make things a lot easier. But anyway, we're alive. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.